well anticipated little tour of my classroom is underway. This is the outside of my classroom. And I've got some work hanging up here. This is one of my favorite things. A friend of mine created this for me. Shout out to Julie. And made that. Students with the PTA went ahead and put Happy New Year goodness on my door. So let's walk in. All right, so when you first walk in, I'm going to kind of give you a little snapshot of what you see all the way around. So yes, it is a superhero theme. One of my wonderful students gave me this poster a few years back, and I absolutely love it and had it framed. My specials chart. Just going to kind of give you a quick glance around the room. That is my reading corner. Pardon the games section over there. That was left over from when we had our holiday party. And I'm going to give you like a little tour in just a minute of everything that is happening in this classroom. Just a little overview. Some things are not in the right spots, but you know what? When it's been lived in, this is what happens. This is my corner back here, my desk. I have my laptop that I use, but I use that corner computer, which is my presentation computer. I also have a little owl Scentsy there to kind of give some spirit into the room. All right, so coming around this way, just a few things, collector's items my kids have given me, yes. And they just keep coming. I have a bag at home that I haven't even put on here. I don't even have room. I'm going to have to kind of clear a shelf so that I can add more things to my collection. Over here is my centers. I have all my students' names labeled underneath each number, and I rotate the number. The students stay in the same groups. Each center has information on how to work through the center. So this is Center 4, and it's an informational text and illustration center. And they have to use everything that's in the basket. These are my collections of sets of books. I've got Roald Dahl books and Charlotte's Web and The Chocolate Touch. I've got several other books over here, and that is my stash of copy paper that the parents send in. And all of those books have been leveled. They are actually a friend of mine who let me borrow them. She is no longer teaching. So I keep them up there and use them for guided reading. But I love them because they are already labeled. So let me show you. So they're already leveled by AR levels, which is fantastic. And I can just use them as I need them for my centers. Of course, I've got my dollar store turtle shells that came out during the Halloween era, and I added some masks up there and just gave it a little color. This is my printer and my docking station for a different laptop that I have, and the phone for the classroom. Now this lovely gentleman, Captain America, he actually holds up my anchor charts. My kids love it because they know that when they look over to him, that's what we'll be working on. First thing in the morning, we're working on text marking, symbols, and really reading for the flow, and then using our pencil to read to really understand. This is my homework poster. My students know that when they come in, they take out their binders and they write down their message for the morning, or it's just really their homework. Got those at Target. There's my Kapow sign. The alphabet chart I picked up at Dollar Tree. The Wham and Kapow signs came from Oriental Trading. Put up my spelling. If you have a question on spelling and why I have two different lists, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section and I will be sure to answer it. It's a long answer, so I'd rather just keep going with the video. Now we've got the multiplication mastery. My students are climbing up that little ladder. We're trying to get to 12 so that we can earn that ice cream sundae party. My standards for reading and math are updated. And again, I actually skipped over a center. I have a Smart 7 center here. Usually I have a Scholastic in that basket, but because it was during the holidays and I'm still waiting on a Scholastic, I believe it's in my mailbox. So I'll be putting that in the basket. But basically they use sticky notes and pencils to go through the Smart 7. And like I said earlier, I will definitely do a video on Smart 7 if you are interested. But it's a really awesome strategy for students to slow down, really understand what they're reading. And then this center is more of an I have, who has. I used to have a base word, suffix, and prefix game here, and then I've changed it to a noun and irregular nouns. And basically, the students know that there are cards within the basket, and they have to sort them out and play the I have, who has game. All right, so this is my guided reading, and my lovely buckets that a parent actually made for me. Shout out to the Johnson family. Thank you so much. These are amazing, and I get so many compliments. They actually also are storage. So a lot of the stuff that I can't fit into my cabinets fit into the storage, which is fantastic. And nobody knows it's in there, and it actually provides some weight so that those buckets don't fall over when the kids are sitting on them. All right, there are my baskets I got at Dollar Tree. If you haven't seen that, link is in the description. Okay, so these are the posters I was talking to you about, where I am challenging my students to get on the iReady program, and they are basically working towards, I had to cover their names for privacy, so I covered them up with my Justice League posters that I'm getting laminated. Aren't those cool? I got those at AT&T. At the AT&T store, when the movie was coming out, they had these awesome posters. Hello, Jason Momoa. And of course, my girl, Wonder Woman. Anyway, so going back to this, so their slime challenge, the first 3 lessons, they get their slime container, then water and glue, then borax, and then they could get glow-in-the-dark paint or glitter paint. Glow-in-the-dark or glitter paint to enhance their slime. And oh my gosh, the first couple of challenges that I had, the kids got to eat what they challenged for, and got my little guy up there. Shout out to my Foray family who created that awesome little iReady dude up here. I leave some messages up there and kind of give them a, you know, heads up, you got 5 days left, get it going type of message. But these posters are awesome because the students get to see me track with stickers as far as what they're doing in iReady. iReady doesn't really give them how many lessons they have done, or at least half passed with a correct accuracy on their end. But on the teacher end, I can see a lot more. And if, for example, a student has been working on a lesson for more than maybe 45 minutes to an hour, I actually give them or honor their time with a sticker as well. So even though they might be challenged within the program and they're not completing as many lessons to finish up the challenge, I am rewarding them for the time on there, if that makes sense. All right, so going around this way, I've got my treasure box that I use every Friday. I've got my math area. Now this, oh gosh, that's what happens when you're gone for 2 weeks and things just start to fall. Anyway, so this is my AR tracking center, and Hero headquarters happens at the bottom. So I put all the kids' heroes at the bottom, and then as they start to make their AR goal, their hero starts to fly across the skyline. And so these are the different, and I apologize, they're a little stained now because I don't know really. I mean, I had some of them laminated. Who knows? Okay, so keep going. Actually, no, they're not laminated. Actually, they're just taped up there. Anyway, so keep going. They're at 25% of their goal, 50% of their goal, 75% of their goal, and 100% of their goal. And actually, those 4 students actually made it to the 100% goal, so I'm super excited about that for them. Now, you're probably wondering, holy guacamole. Yes, I actually purchased these handmade capes for my reading section. And for those of you who are hero lovers like me, here are 5 original members of the Justice League, and I'm just obsessed. Obsessed! I love them. I also have the Ninja Turtle theme, anything really hero related. I created this a few years ago, and I have their names up there for their guided reading. And this makeshift board basically is my hero, superhero status bulletin board. Basically, I kind of track behavior along with Class Dojo with this star chart. So if any time I have to give students several reminders, I'll come and switch their color and Each color has a different meaning. So if they're on blue, they go home on blue, they had a fantastic day, they are superhero status. However, if they have a couple of reminders, they have become now a sidekick. Their kryptonite is having to get all those different reminders. So if they're on orange, they're able to go back to yellow, but a note has to go home. And I'm the one that usually puts in anything other than a blue. I put it into their binder. And the danger zone, obviously, I mean, do we have to talk about that? I don't even want to think about it. That's what I tell my kids. This is a zone that you never want to get into. It's usually a walk and talk with our discipline dean, or having to talk to the principal, or even a phone call home. And I don't make the phone call. They make the phone call home, which I think the accountability factor is bigger there. This is our poster for our school. It is our school-wide discipline and basically behavior poster. And then this is their jobs, and they are numbered, so they all know their number in line. And these are the different jobs. And I actually got this, oh my gosh, I can't remember. Don't worry, I will link it in the description box below. So we have door duty holder and stellar substitute and supply supervisor and pencil patrol and trash can commander. They're really great, and the kids are so good about keeping track of their job. And you know, they get rewarded, and every quarter the jobs change. So I'm not having to change out the jobs every week. They actually apply for the job that they want, and the one application that has the most details as to why they want that job gets the job. And it really is helping them with writing skills and details and such, but it also gives them an opportunity to have a life skill introduced. Okay, so coming back around this way, I have my reading corner, which is a little bit of a hot mess. I have a parent that's actually coming in to help me get it all organized. But this is the silent reading AR, where they create their menu. And I apologize, it is a mess down there. But I will link in the description box below the menus that I actually use. You know what? Let me grab one. I think there's one. Yes, there is a few. Nope. Oh boy, I gotta clean up that center really good. Okay, so this is what the menu looks like. Response to text. They have to, see if I can get this to, there you go, appetizer, main course, desserts, and they have to fill out their menu on this side. And they get to work with a partner or on their own. And I change these out as best I can, or as much as I can. So yeah, that's the menu that I use for Center 1. All right, so we've done Center 1, we've done, let's see, Center 2, 3, 4, iReady is 5, and here's the You-Know station. Okay, so they have a cheat sheet right there. Oh, can't. So right there is their cheat sheet, their directions, what standard is being covered, and the directions for the game. And then within the basket, they have this You-Know game. Oh my gosh, to tell you that they love this game is an understatement. They really love playing that game. I mean, any kid loves to play Uno. I used to love playing Uno as a kid. And so they love to play the You-Know context game. All right, here is my homework station. Late work, reading, writing, math, social studies, science. I'm probably going to add a few more things down at the bottom there for centers. I haven't done that yet because a lot of the stuff that they do in centers actually either stays in a notebook or it gets handed directly to me so that I can work with them in their guided reading. This is my Class Dojo Rewards, a poster I created. This says 95 points, sit at Miss Presley's desk, and yes, I let them sit there. I have to kind of update that. That marker is faded. But they work so hard for these points, and I actually owe them quite a bit since the holidays. So I'm sure this Friday, which is our dojo claims day, they'll be getting lots of prizes for those who have reached those points. If you have a question on Class Dojo and how that works and how it works for my class, leave me a comment in the comment section. I'd love to share. All right, so this is my little section. I keep these books down here, and all of these items that are behind my desk I actually use for planning. And these books are used, students get to check them out from me. I keep a list over there of who's checked out what book, so I know who has it, and sometimes they'll take it home to take AR quizzes with. But a lot of this is are books that I use for planning purposes and I use for lessons. I love that poster. There's my computer section with Stretch. There's my other caddies that I talked to you about that I keep all my paper in and all that good stuff. And here's those caddies. I've already gotten everything ready for the week. Got some receipts that I have to hand in. And so this is what the room looks like, guys. What do you think? Here's my social studies section. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you love, what you'd like to know where I got certain things. Down at the bottom here under the Smartboard are these different ways to say what. So it's really great when I have a writing center set up for them, or even when we're working on writing, they can find different synonyms for different words here. And a lot of times there's lots of good conversation that comes from these posters. Students actually say, oh, I didn't even know that that word meant that, which is great because then it just builds on their vocabulary. Okay, so that is it, my friends. I'm super excited to have had you join me. Looking forward to those comments, and I'll see you later, guys. It's time to start the week. Happy New Year.